Before we get into a battle of the brains between Rick Sanchez and Batman, allow me to tell you about Walking with Bigfoot, an amazing new game by Gaggle Games, aka my parents, and it's actually the official game of the Oregon Bigfoot Festival. Honestly, you guys should check it out. It's a fun little game where you play as Bigfoot and you just walk through the forest and avoid obstacles. It's a good time waster, really, and if you ever just need to wait for something, kick it out and play it, or hell, just play it for fun. It's a great game.
One got knocked down, he won't get up again. The other went knocked him down. One got knocked down, and now he's fucking dead. The other went knocked him out. Combo breaker!
Intelligence. It's, well, really nothing more than idiocy inverted. Or is it? Shit. Well, anyway, the brain is one of the most powerful tools in anyone's arsenal, allowing for battle plans, improvisation, and so much more. And there's no two fighters known for using their brains better than these two, really. Rick Sanchez, the world's swiftiest scientist, and Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, aka the Dark Knight. Now, to make this slightly more interesting, each fighter will have exactly 2 weeks to prepare for this to get all of their best gear ready. They won't know anything about the opponent. This will just be 2 weeks to get their gear ready. Oh man, Rick's last appearance where he wasn't a pickle was in my most popular episode. You know, Rick vs. Bill Cipher. Man, he's long overdue for another fight. That is, where he's in human form. So let's go ahead and cover what he's got going for him, really. So Rick himself doesn't have much other than his super intelligence, and he can also see invisible things, and well, that's really it. But what really makes him incredibly powerful is his invention. So let's go ahead and check those out. Rick wields his iconic portal gun that he can use to hop between universes and realities, and he can use it as a makeshift weapon to tear people apart, similar to how you would see, you know, split people in half with a portal, really, or if you open a portal inside of them and walk through it. He also has the Mr. Meeseeks box. Well, this is ridiculous, honestly. Basically, Rick presses a button on a box and summons a Mr. Meeseeks. Mr. Meeseeks are completely immortal and cannot die until they complete the task you gave them. And, well, the longer they're alive, the more insane they get, as all they want to do is die. And they will solve the problem in any way possible, even if it's through technicality. And Mr. Meeseeks, you know, they really just want to die, so they're going to do this as quickly and as stupidly as possible. I mean, at one point they tried to kill Jerry because they couldn't cut 2 swings off his golf game, so they figured, let's cut them all off. He also has a side shifter that allows him to shrink to microscopic levels or grow to the size of continents. He's also created multiple potions, such as the Morty Love Potion. When he uses this, it makes someone instantly fall in love with Morty, and they will do whatever they want, wherever they have to get to him. He's also got one that turns him into mantis zombies and other crazy shit as well. He can freeze time with the press of a button thanks to a 4th dimensional device that he stole, and he's got an ice taser, which completely freezes the person that it hits. Using his concentrated dark matter, he has a starship that can fly faster than light and faster than all other spacecrafts, and he can make a fake version that explodes, and it's capable of destroying entire starships. As for his Antimatter Gun, well, it's one of Rick's most dangerous weapons. It's a pistol that shoots antimatter, capable of killing transdimensional and higher beings, and basically any being that's immune to matter and traditional energy-based attacks. So, now we have to get into a few other of Rick's weirder inventions. He's got the particle watch, that's a little laser fired from a watch that completely destroys an enemy on a subatomic level. He carries a freeze ray that turns enemies into fragile ice statues that can be shattered with ease. And he's got the curse remover that allows him to take awful parts of a curse off an object that the literal devil put on them. He's also got a spaceship that moves super fast that I mentioned earlier, a bomb capable of destroying timelines, and a bomb capable of destroying entire planets. He can create a serum that turns people into pickles and one that turns people back, and he can actually reflect all projectiles launched at him at a perfect angle back at the shooter. And he has a gadget that basically allows him to kill humans the second they touch him, and he can see invisible things, and he's got metal arms that can shoot lasers of him embedded inside his body. He can also shoot lasers that can liquefy an opponent's insides, and he's got a suit that allows him to tear through aliens like they're butter. He's also got a device that lets him swap bodies. And finally, Rick has his Dream Inceptors. These allow Rick to enter the mind of an unconscious being, and he can go multiple layers deep. For example, when he went into Morty's teacher's dream, and then into the girl inside his dream's dream, then another layer deep through some centaur, and then into a little girl's dream inside that centaur's dream, and then eventually into Scary Terry's dream. Yeah, that's some Inception level shit. So alright, on to feats and stats. Rick physically is strong enough to beat down large aliens with his bare hands. He can grow the size of North America, and in one episode he was going to blow up the entire world, and he's made fake concentrated dark matter that blew up a large spaceship, and with certain inventions he can merge timelines and destroy universes. And, you know, Rick's also stupidly fast, as he's shown time and time again to dodge lasers, and he's fought other Ricks who have also dodged lasers. And he's got a ship that can travel at faster than light speeds. Rick is also taken beatings from large monsters. He can create powerful force fields that can basically block anything. He's been shot and slashed and even lost arms before. He's even been stabbed, and this man survived quite a bit. But Rick's absolute best part of him is his super intelligence. He's a super genius. He's so smart that he needs to keep a Morty with him to cloak his brain waves. And he's so smart he built a sentient robot just to pass butter. And he's granted dog super intelligence, and in just a few seconds he realized he was in a simulation, inside another simulation, and then tricked the enemies into blowing themselves up. He's also smart enough to be considered a god, and while blacked out drunk, he made a Saw-style game that killed off multiple superheroes. But with Rick's amazing intellect and inventions, you'd think he'd be unstoppable. But he's incredibly flawed. You see, Rick is insane, an alcoholic, narcissistic, reckless, a drug addict, and often fixes things last seconds if he ever screws things up. I'm Batman. Yep, Batman is finally returned to Combo Breaker. After only showing up twice, once to kill the TMNT, and then again where he got his ass handed to him in Ninja Free-For-All. But we're off track. Let's go ahead and talk about Batman. Let's get right into Batman's skills and powers and equipment. Batman is a master of armed and unarmed combat, and he has superhuman stats. But where Batman really shines is his gadgets and tech. Batman wears his batsuit that softens the blows of bullets and blocks knife stabs. He's also, incredible. Batman also usually carries a large amount of batarangs that have shock and explosive versions. Batman also carries gas, smoke, and shock bombs that can be used for stealth and combat. He also carries his grappling hook that allows him to escape battles or zoom into the next hiding spot, and it can even be used offensively as a weapon. Batman also has his wireless tracking devices and a hearing device that allows him to listen in on faraway conversations. And he has anesthetic gas pellets to knock out foes. He even has a med kit to heal up wounds on the fly. His suit also comes equipped with razor-sharp blades on the gauntlets and even have a shock mode on him. But Batman's deadliest gear has to be, his Hellbat suit. This increases his power to ridiculous heights, to the point where he can go toe-to-toe with a casual Flashpoint Darkseid. His suit also eats his metabolism, though, and, after using it for a good bit, Batman's pretty much knocked out. Alright, so what are these feats? And, his intellect. And he's got some pretty impressive feats, actually. Batman's strong enough to kick down a prison door with a single kick, he can destroy a small building with his explosive batarangs, and his Hellbat suit can go toe-to-toe with a casual Flashpoint Darkseid who can destroy large planets. Batman can dodge gunfire, and he's even faster than Green Arrow, who can also dodge gunfire. In his Hellbat suit, he can fight Darkseid, who's outpaced Superman before, giving the Hellbat suit faster than light speeds. But Batman himself is also pretty durable, as he survived gunshots, tank shells, and his Hellbat suit can endure hits from Darkseid, who, as I stated earlier, can destroy large planets. But, you see, Batman also has superhuman stamina to go along with it. He can actually fight for 28 hours straight, but in his Hellbat suit, he can only go for a short period of time, as it does drain his metabolism. So with a title like World's Greatest Detective, Batman obviously is incredibly smart. He's a master strategist and detective, and able to combat multiple enemies like insane Gotham criminals and even superheroes like Superman. Batman can speak over a dozen languages, and he's knowledgeable in all types of science, and, this is how he kind of makes his own gadgets. Batman's also notoriously known for prep time and contingency plans, really, like when he planned to beat out the entire Justice League and pretty much could prepare for anything. But Batman is also a master martial artist as well, as he's mastered literally every martial arts known to man. But Batman isn't without his flaws. He is human and can die by bullets and stabs and such, but he's also incredibly reluctant to kill, and, he will only kill if it's absolutely necessary. He also won't use firearms due to trauma of watching his parents get shot as a little kid. Alright, our combatants are set. Which super genius will come out on top in a fight to the death? Batman and Superman are standing on a building as a flash of lightning shows the two locked in a grapple. Batman punches Superman and then throws a flashbang at him, stunning him. Superman stumbles back, blinded by the flashbang, as a portal opens up inside him, ripping him clean in half as Rick steps out of the portal. Batman looks at Rick and throws a batarang straight at him, but Rick shoots out of the air with his laser gun. Rick then stares at Batman for a moment before lightning flashes, causing Batman to vanish. Batman shows up behind Rick and puts him in a sleeper hold and starts to choke Rick out. Rick elbows Batman in the gut, causing Batman to let go of him. Batman then throws multiple batarangs at Rick, who immediately reflects them back with his reflector. Batman quickly dodges them and then shoots his grappling hook at Rick, wrapping him up and throws him off the building. Rick frees his arm and shoots it down a portal. Shoots his portal gun straight down as Batman jumps down after him. The two appear in the middle of a forest on an alien planet. Batman then activates his shot gauntlets and runs over and punches Rick in the gut, sending an electric pulse through him. Rick coughs up some blood as he pulls out a box and presses the button multiple times. causing 5 Mr. Meeseeks to appear as they all rush at Batman. Batman throws down a smoke pellet, knocking out the Meeseeks as he throws a batarang into the box, blowing it up. Batman runs over and kicks Rick, who dodges and punches Batman in the head. Batman stumbles back as Batman presses a button as a black and red armor forms around him. Batman's suit lights up as he rushes straight towards Rick and puts a portal up last second. Batman appears in a new universe as Rick flies in wearing a metal suit. Rick fires a rocket straight at Batman, who dodges and rushes over and grabs Rick. Batman then holds Rick up by the neck, choking him as they fly through the hole, as they hover above the hole that went straight through the planet that he just made. Rick laughs as a Mr. Meeseeks jumps up onto Batman's back and rips off the Hellbat suit's helmet as Rick stabs Batman with a needle in the neck. Batman drops Rick as he falls to the floor and appears as a pickle. Rick then walks over and picks up Pickle Batman and bites the bottom half of him off. Rick then drops the other half and shoots a portal as he drops a small device, walking away. The portal disappears as the device explodes, causing a massive blast, destroying the entire timeline. Our winner is Rick Sanchez, and this was a stupidly close fight, and it won't be easy for Rick to win. So stat-wise, Rick can physically beat down large aliens, and with his weapons he can destroy timelines and universes and even planets. And starships, really. He even has defeated fourth-dimensional beings with his own intelligence. Batman, on the other hand, has been able to kick down prison doors and fight people like Bane. And with the help of his Hellbat suit, he was able to fight Darkseid temporarily. But when it comes to speed, Rick's dodged lasers and fought other Ricks and aliens who could also dodge lasers. Batman, on the other hand, has only dodged bullets consistently and fought other bullet dodgers, like Katana. But his Hellbat suit does allow him to keep up with faster-than-light speed characters like Darkseid. So basically, physical stats mean nothing in this match because their equipment, items, and intelligence are pretty much going to be what decides this, along with the prep time and how they would use it. So I'm going to bring up their greatest intelligence feats just to kind of prove that Rick is probably more intelligent than Batman, at least intelligent enough to handle him. Batman spent years discovering the Justice League's weaknesses and setting up a plan to beat them all. Rick, while blacked out drunk, made a Saw-style dungeon and killed off all the superheroes that he made overnight while blackout drunk and literally having diarrhea. So Rick's a genius and would definitely have the intelligence to take out Batman. Remember, this fight also had 2 weeks of prep time, and because of this, Rick has access to a few gadgets that would allow him to get the jump on Batman, like, pretty much being able to stop time at the press of a button for as long as he needs, or his instant death field. Oh, he also has his pickle serum to turn Batman into a fucking pickle, or his timeline universe-destroying gadget bomb thingies. He also has an infinite number of Mr. Meeseeks who are 100% indestructible until they've completed their task, whereas Batman's best equipment would be his Hellbat suit. And while this puts him far above Rick in stats, it drains his metabolism, and he can't use it forever. So Batman has his Hellbat suit that could easily one-shot Rick, but Rick can just freeze time and simply destroy the timeline or universe that Batman's in as he escapes with his portal gun. Or he could turn Batman into a pickle before he even gets into the Hellbat suit. And hell, while it's possible for Batman to win this, it's just more likely that Rick wins. I mean, with his god-tier inventions, he could beat Batman in a number of ways. And while it won't be an easy match for Rick to win, it's just more likely that Rick takes this match. Looks like Rick, Mr. Meeseek to victory in this fight. I'm sorry, that one was really bad. Ah, God, why the hell do I write these puns? Our winner is Rick Sanchez. Next time on Combo Breaker.
Go ahead and try and hit me if you're able. Can't you see that my relationship is stable? I know you think I'm not something you're afraid of, cause you think that you seen what I'm made of, but I ain't even more than the two of them.
I am Akuma, and I will teach you the meaning of pain.
Oh, finally! Finally Akuma gets to come back. And against a character that I've recently learned to love. Honestly, I love Steven Universe. I've just been binge-watching it, so yeah, this match is pretty hype. And in case you didn't get the characters, it's Garnet from Steven Universe versus Akuma from Street Fighter. First of all, let me thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this to any friends you know who like versus debates. And, tell me what you think of the next match. Give me your predictions, maybe suggest matches in the comments, and they might happen.